Dive into it, Dave.
How are we doing, guys? And how long was it? It's been probably 22 hours since I last seen Samuel in person.
How many hours ago did you say it was? At least
22.
22 hours ago.
And Samuel got very excited, everyone, last night. We're going to get on to the Birmingham meeting in a minute and stuff. But we have got some other meetings we want to talk about.
Yeah, the other two fixtures that were on last night.
Yeah, where do you want to start?
So we had Leicester versus Sheffield.
Yeah.
And we had Kings Lynn versus Ipswich.
Yeah.
So shall we go to Leicester and Sheffield first?
Yeah.
So I need to get up the old Speedway updates again.
This is what happens when Samuel doesn't compare for a show, everyone.
You'll get used to me, guys.
Yeah.
Kieran knows what I'm like now, don't you,
Yeah.
mate?
We've done a few meetings together.
Oh, there we go. It was slow then. Technology, everybody. Okay, Leicester versus Sheffield. So, here we go. 54-36 to Leicester.
Yeah.
That's Sheffield poor.
Yeah.
Okay. So for Leicester, we have Max Frick scored 10+1.
Yeah.
And then we have Luke Becker 8+2.
Yeah.
Ryan Douglas top scoring 14+1.
Yeah.
Kyle Howarth 8+2.
Yeah.
Sam Masters 5+1. Drew Kemp 8+1, and then Joe Thompson 1+1. He's not a Premiership rider, is he, Joe Thompson?
No, that's. I think we can.
And then for Sheffield, Jack Holder scored 9.
Yeah.
Anders Rowe scored 3. Wow.
An off night.
He's been doing so well as well, and he scored 3 last night. 4 rides. And then Josh Pickering scored 7. Louis Kerr scored 3. Chris Holder scored 7. Justin Sedgman scored 3+1. And Leon Flint scored 4. Sheffield.
Is there issues in the Sheffield side, or do we just have to accept that it was a very off night for them?
Obviously missing Ty Woofenden. They're very weak. I bet Simon Stead's very frustrated at the moment. But Leicester did well, as you could probably expect to at home. But as I say, Leicester do have it's quite a weak team. But as I say, Ryan Douglas for them, it was their top scorer. So
yeah.
But yeah, Sheffield seems to be struggling to get going at the moment.
They always, yeah.
Yeah. They're at Birmingham a fortnight, obviously last night. They're at
well done to the fixture list. We'll get on to that meeting in a minute.
Yeah, because it'll be interesting when Sheffield come to Birmingham a fortnight. Wow, do you think Birmingham will get another home win?
Could do.
The way Sheffield are at the moment, they're not doing brilliantly, are they?
No.
But yeah, that was a Leicester and Sheffield meeting. 54-36 to Leicester, so fair play to Leicester.
Yeah. Look, won't go through the Kings Lynn meeting because we really want to chat about the Birmingham one.
Shall we do the Birmingham one, then the Kings Lynn?
We'll do the Kings Lynn one, and then yeah.
So shall we do the Kings Lynn one?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, let's go through it. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I can't wait to go on to the meeting after this one.
I can't either.
Right. Kings Lynn and Ipswich as well last night. 48-42 to Kings Lynn.
Yeah.
For Kings Lynn, Richard Lawson scored 9.
Yeah.
They had a guest at number 2, Peter Kilderman. Guests for Ben Cook. He scored 3+1. Peter Kilderman.
Yeah.
Nikolai Clint also scoring 3+1.
Yeah.
Chris Harris scored 13.
He's doing really well. Harris.
He's doing well,
For
Bomber.
Kingsley.
Niels Christian Everson scored 4+1. Wow, Yankovic scored 16+2 at reserve.
That means he'll be going to number 1 at the end of the month.
Absolutely. I can't believe a Grand Prix rider at reserve.
I know.
I can't get my head around it. Anyway, and then Ashton Bowden scored 0.
There's no... He's a Premiership rider, but I think it's a confidence thing.
Yeah, I think it's confidence, and I reckon I know he did well. He improved a bit last year, Ashton Bowden, and he did what the season before was his best season. But I think he stepped up too soon, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree. I would have to agree with you there, Sam. Ipswich, we know there was no Doyle.
So for Ipswich, Emil Saifuddinov scored 11+1.
Yeah, done well.
Not bad. Rider replacement for Jason Doyle. Adam Ellis scored 2+1.
Yeah.
Tom Brennan scored 10.
Yeah.
Danny King also scored 10. Number 6, they had a guest for Dan Thompson. Simon Lambert scored 2+1. He doesn't get any better, does he?
He is not a Premiership rider. Everyone.
2+. Surely there'd be a better rider than having as a guest for Dan Thompson than Simon Lambert, surely.
Let's be honest, Dan Thompson would have scored probably 8, 9.
Yeah, he would have done well. And then Jordan Jenkins scored 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an interesting. I bet that was an entertaining meeting last night at Kings Lynn.
Right, speaking about entertaining meetings.
Right, shall we get on to it? The meeting that me and you were at last night. Let's get it up.
Right. I'm going to give you some gate stats from last night. Gate 4.
Yeah.
10 points. Gate 3, 35. And then gate 2 was 17. And then gate 1 was 27. Right, the meeting itself.
Right, guys. Are you ready, everyone? Me and Kieran still can't believe it. I bet you still can't get your head around. I bet you still can't believe what you saw last night.
I can't believe how empty it was.
Oh, it was dreadful, wasn't it? The crowds were dreadful.
It was absolutely horrendous.
And you know exactly what I mean now, don't you? When I've been telling you how bad the crowds were, that was even worse last night.
There was probably only 200 people in there.
It's not good, is it? They need a lot more than that, don't they?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, sorry, you carry on, sorry.
I look at what we all got told and then it's 32 grand and all this crap. No, it was 30 grand. We all heard it was 30 grand. So that was the other issue me and Sammy had to put up with last night.
Yeah, some folks seem to like to correct others, don't they? But it's actually
Sammy didn't hold back, everyone.
Yeah, that's folks for you guys. They like to think that they're right and they're not. But anyway, yeah. As I say, Yeah, so it was 47-43 to Birmingham.
Yeah.
Who saw that coming?
The start, I still think you got one.
And the track was so dusty, wasn't it?
Don't get Kieran started on the track.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, but fair play to Birmingham.
Yeah.
So 47-43, Birmingham got there. I know that they won at Leicester the other week, but they won their first home meeting of the season last night.
Yeah.
So we'll go through the scores. So for Birmingham, Michael Jepsen Jensen rider replacement.
Yeah, not great.
He was the best rider for Birmingham, but sometimes these things happen, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Paco Castagna scored 6.
Yeah.
Tobias Michalak scored 11+1.
Yeah.
Keenan Roos scored 2+2.
Poor night for Keenan.
Yeah, Matty Zagar scored 14. He top scored.
Yeah.
Jonas Jepperson scored 6. And then Jason Edwards scored 8+4.
Yeah.
And then for Bellevue, Dan Bewley, Scott Ford top scored for them for 14.
Yeah.
Norrie Bloodhorn scored 6+1.
Yeah.
Jamin Lidsey scored 10. He didn't do too bad. Zach Cook scored 9+1.
Yeah.
Rider replacement for everybody who wanted to see last night, Brady Kurtz. Rider replacement for him. So and also
to the wall here.
We can say speedy recovery for Brady Kurtz.
Yeah.
And then Tate Jishki, who I don't know if he can ride a bike, scored 0.
Say how it is, man.
Do you agree? He feels like he can't stop on his bike.
The mistake he made in Heat 2, he lifted.
Yeah. He lifted, didn't he? He was on the back straight, didn't he?
Made a good start and then he lifted, and it was like, what are you doing?
And then he excluded, didn't he? So Tate Jishki failed to score, and Jake Mulford scored 4.
Yeah.
Wow. Bellevue seems to be up and down as well.
The track last night, that's the worst I've seen it.
Oh, it was bad.
Obviously, you've been there all season, but for me, I've never known dust like it.
Yeah, it was a bit like because it was I could feel it getting into my eyes a little bit. There was something went in my eye last night to keep blinking to get it out because I think it was probably with the dust, you know.
Yeah.
But I know that a few meetings ago at Leicester, was it this year?
Yeah.
I know that someone went to a meeting there and the track was that bad and dusty because there had no water apparently. And the track was that dusty, you couldn't see the riders or the crowd. It was just clouded over. It was that bad. If we would have been there, we would have been covered, wouldn't we?
We would have been splattered in dust.
But yeah, no, the track was very dusty last night. But for Birmingham to win their first home meeting of the season last night, to ride on concrete was just... I mean, that pass from Bewley last night, that was brilliant, wasn't it?
That Heat 13, the way how he just... I think that's why everyone can see he's a top Grand Prix rider.
Absolutely. He really found his form he was really getting his form on last night. He was showing that's exactly the Dan Bewley we know.
Yeah, and we've been licked some liver calls about him and stuff. But the other talking point, I've never known so many times for the tapes to go.
When I saw the tapes go last night, I said, when you came last year, they weren't even sorting they started to sort the tapes out at the very last minute. And it seems the last 2 times you've come, there's always been an issue with the tapes, and it's like, what the heck?
Yeah. It's just.
Let's hope when you come again, there'll be no issues with the tapes this time. When you come, I think is it July?
Yeah. I am gonna do that Oxford meeting on a Monday. When Oxford against Bellevue.
Oxford.
Yeah.
You're going to go to the... so are you going to Aspire's meeting? Who have they got on that?
Bellevue.
Bellevue. Oh, brilliant.
Please, Brady, be there. Please.
Come on, Brady. We need a speedy recovery, but it did sound like he had a nasty one in Prague, though, over the weekend.
Yeah, we won't go into the Grand Prix because it was just boring as anything.
Everyone's not very keen on that track at Prague, aren't they? Some people are not keen on it. It's a bit of a fun... Did you say it's quite wide or a bit of a funny shape?
It's a funny shape. But just going back to the meeting last night, I thought Birmingham did well to keep it tight. You missed a trick in Heat 1.
Yeah, definitely.
You got that wrong.
I think the trouble is with the Birmingham riders in Heat 1, they seem to miss the gate every time in Heat 1. I don't know what it is.
Completely missed the gate.
I mean, I know that Tobias Michalak was at number 1, but he was... Gosh, I couldn't believe it. He's not riding like a number 1 at the minute, like a number 1 at the back. Every time.
I'm going to mention him. It was Nigel. That video where I filmed like me, you, and Nigel just chatting. I might put that out and stuff.
Yeah, you think you're going to do that?
Yeah, I'll do it after the pod and stuff. But the meeting as a whole, I thought you kept it tight. And I don't think Bellevue were bad. The meeting changed in Heat 15 when Dan Bewley touched the tapes.
Yeah, we had to go 15 metres, didn't he, afterwards?
And after that, you felt like you lot were going to win. But yeah, the crowd last night was shocking. The track was abysmal.
But fair play to Birmingham.
They even tried to put water on, and that didn't really...
I think they need to get better track staff, you know.
And the amount... How long were some of them intervals last night as well? Right, we understand...
It was a long night.
We understand they have to do TV stuff. But that meeting didn't finish until 20 to 10. Where normal Speedway meetings finish about 9:30.
I wonder what the people were watching it from home were thinking.
Must have been thinking, what the...
I bet that doesn't surprise you for Birmingham, does it?
No, because it was shocking. The pits was empty.
Oh, the pits were dreadful. I think that was the worst I saw it last night.
You putting it up the worst? That's the worst you've seen it?
Yeah, definitely. That was probably the worst I saw it last night. It was even you said how bad it was.
Was that bad? Do you know where the TV board was? I've actually got a photo of me next to the TV board. Gonna put that
really?
I'm gonna put that on my Instagram later.
Oh, I'll have a look after. I'll keep an eye out for it later.
But yeah, the meeting as a whole was dusty. It's just concrete at Birmingham. There's nothing to it.
There's nothing. Yeah, it is. It seems to be the 2 tracks in the Midlands seems to be the worst at the moment. 2 tracks in the Midlands,
which is Birmingham and
Leicester. Leicester's East Midlands and Birmingham's West Midlands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
shocking. But it's a good win for you lot.
Yeah, fair play to Birmingham. I wonder if they had a bit of a talk. Lawrence Rogers or Chris Adams or Nigel Tarley gave them some of the riders a bit of that. They need to pull themselves together tonight.
Zagar did well.
Yeah, he did, didn't he? He rode. everyone was saying he needs to put on top form tonight, and he did. I think with Zagar, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get for him, but on his day, when he puts his mind to it, he can be a class rider.
And it proved it last night, and that's the Bellevue team. I mean, Tate Jiski. Dear.
I know.
If he doesn't start scoring soon, they're going to get a replacement in.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
he's very. He just can't stop on his bike, can he?
He didn't score a point. Got excluded in his first ride, and then he just drifted off.
Yeah.
And stuff, but yeah, the track was awful. One thing I'm not keen on Birmingham, it's not the best for taking pictures because you're so far away from the track.
Yeah, and all the fencing's in the way as well, isn't it?
Yeah, some of the I've got some good pictures, but a lot of them, the fence is in the way and stuff. That's why I prefer going to like Oxford and Leicester, because you get better pictures.
Yeah, and a better view, don't you, as well?
Yeah, especially at Oxford. Like, you know where when we were at that meeting together and we're on Bend, is it 4?
Bend 3 and 4, wasn't it?
Yeah,
we were on.
You get some really good pictures there.
You took some great shots as they come round there.
I know. Speaking to a few people today at college, my picture is going to be in something at college. The one what I took at Oxford.
Wow.
Which, yeah. Don't know when it's coming out, but it will be out soon. And like, just going back to the meeting last night, there was so much drama.
Always seems to be the way there, doesn't it, bro?
Yeah. It was just a weird night. Nigel was funny. He was so.
When you come again, you'll hear him off again, won't you?
I'm gonna have to play that Peter Kill. I'll show you it. Once we've done the pod. The video. Yeah, it's funny.
Which one?
The one I sent you on WhatsApp.
Oh.
But yeah, don't know when. So with the cricket going on. Oh yeah, that's brought us up to a perfect moment. So that's the speedway done. Welcome to the T20, Worcester. Welcome.
Welcome to the T20, Worcester.
With 1 hour, and for once, Northampton have won their opening 2 games. Yay!
Wait till we come down to you guys.
I do know though, Leicester have put in a complaint about our pitch.
Really? What have they said?
I'll send you the thing, but they weren't very happy. But it's, to be fair, there was a lot of overs being bowled on that pitch because you had the women's game. So you probably had 40 overs of the women's game. And then they've batted for 20 overs and they're on the same wicket. So, it was one of them. It was a weird one. But, yeah, Sammy, welcome to the T20 Blast. You in? And stuff. But, Worcester have won. Birmingham have terrible at the minute.
Yeah, Edgbaston aren't doing
They were
well,
awful. They were awful against... How on earth they could lose to Durham, I'll never know.
You would have thought Edgbaston would have
rated
them, wouldn't you?
They've got one decent player, Birmingham, Sam Hain. Apart from that, not great. But yeah, I think that wraps up the pod.
I think it does, yeah, till the next one.
Yeah, whenever that will be.
We'll keep everyone posted,
Yeah.
won't we, when the next one will be.
Yeah. I've been Kieran, that's been my man Samuel. See you lot later, guys, out of here.